Okay. Peace and blessings, all my good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Okay, all my good people, it's Monday. I hope your energy is up. We got a heat advisory for New York. And rest in peace to all the children that passed away. I'm hearing that it's just crazy. A lot of kids passing away this morning because of the heat and the heat advisory. So, yeah, that just took my mind somewhere else. Yeah, so rest in peace. And healing energy goes out to their family. Another thing, I want to send some healing energy out to legendary battle rapper T Rex. Um, we all know Smack. He throws the big events. Owner of Smack Battle League. He was throwing a Gnome event, and T Rex, one of the battle rappers. One of my favorite battle rappers too. Out here in New York, he's very legendary. For the time he put in, and just so many his lyrics as far as when it comes to battle rap, crazy, crazy, crazy. A really top tier dude. He had a mishap on stage, and yeah, man, it's crazy. You got to really watch your health in these times. I'm hoping everybody is staying hydrated this morning, making sure you got your vitamins and you're ready to go. Everything ready to go, because in these times when it gets hot like this, especially if you're performing, whether it be battle rap, whether it be on stage, your health has to be at an all-time high in these times, because people are passing out left and right. And don't even talk about the alcohol. I would say just cut that out. Just cut that out if you can. But I was saddened to hear. It's just, and I'm glad that there's not a lot of people putting up any footage, because nowadays with social media, people like to post everything. But I'm glad that they didn't post it. His mishap, and I'm hoping that everything turns out all right. I heard he's out of the hospital. And so I'm, and I want to talk about just a few things this morning. I'm not gonna keep you guys too long, because I gotta run out, and I have some extra videos for you guys to watch. But just when it comes down to your health, and if you have a job where it's like almost a performance, where you're taking your energy and you're using it every time as you perform, that's when you really have to, invest in yourself, invest in your body. And I seen in Pat, like maybe a few of his events, because this is somebody that I watch all for years and years and years. We've seen these people grow in as far as their artistry, as far as their person. And I've seen him in some recent battles where, to me, to me, it just felt like he wasn't as healthy. He's a little heavier set than he once was. But we all grow and get older. So healing energy goes out to T Rex, one of my favorite battle rappers, man. I'm hoping he can just be all right, get back in shape, and just eat better and just keep yourself hydrated, you guys. Out here in New York, the weather is crazy. Kids are passing away. How y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I was just talking about one of my favorite battle rappers. He had a mishap on stage this weekend, and yeah, man, it's all about our health, man. We got to keep our health up and just stay hydrated. Walk with your water when you're going to work. Lunch, lunch break. Sometimes you gotta switch out the coffee for the water, just to keep yourself hydrated, because it's too hot. It's really too hot. This is that Spike Lee do the right thing hot out here in NYC. So yeah, man, healing energy goes out to T Rex and his family, and I'm hoping that he can get better. And yeah, just watch your health, man, because in these times, our energy, even if we're just sitting watching social media, if we taking the wrong energy from what's going on out here, sometimes that could damage you as well as your body. If you're drinking alcohol and things like that on the, when it's not just, you got to put things in portion. Take things in portion, because these times people are passing away at a younger age, and I think it's all because of the food, and just the things in the air. It's a whole lot going on. It's a whole lot going on. So I would say watch your health, because health is wealth. And yeah, man, healing energy goes out to that brother, man. I don't like to hear things like that, and I thank God I don't have to see it, because that's just too much. Another thing, I don't know if you guys heard, Fat Joe in recent news have been going through it with, you could say a hype man or a ghostwriter that he had in the past, TA. And now I'm hearing, I don't know if you guys heard that Fat Joe, he has a sneaker store. It's called Up NYC. And I'm hearing that they're in a $20 million lawsuit right now. I don't know if it has to do with the same thing, but I'm just like, damn, these lawsuits are just coming from all over the place. It's ridiculous. It's to the point ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, it's a lot of things going on. People are suing people. I see. I don't know if you guys got to check this. This is when I woke up and I seen Charleston White fighting the Island Boy. The rapper's the Island Boy, one of the Island Boys in a boxing match. And Charleston White won, man. He won. I think he's 40 something years old, still keeping his energy. But even in boxing you have to be fully in shape. Any sport you have to be fully in shape, and you have to keep your health up. All the drinking and smoking it's not adding up. Especially with everything we got going on in the news and our families we gotta take care of and things like that. We don't need to add that extra bad energy to pull us down. What's up, Brian? What's up, Brian? You chilling? Just going through a few things here. I'm not going to keep you guys too long because I have some new reactions I want to drop today. I have another reaction dropping at 11. But another thing that I seen in the news that was kind of scary was Homeland Security. They warned of a possible terrorist attack on the U.S. I'm like, what's going on here? We can't build ourselves up in war. You know what I mean? We got to come to truths, and we got to come and once you move at peace, a lot more things get done. You'd be surprised how many things you can get done when you're at peace. When if your mind is in like a destructive state, then you're all over the place, man. We don't need any more fussing, fighting, and just breaking stuff up, man. We need to start building back together and start like working with each other so we can get our everything going right, man. I see so many things that people are just like skipping over just because of payments and money and things like that. But health plays a big issue. Mental health as well as regular health plays a big issue in these times. It plays a big part in these times, excuse me. And I feel like people are not concentrating on that as much. They're more concentrated on what's going on on the headlines and things like that. But when we really think about it, man, we all we got. We all we got, man. I don't like to see artists as well as regular people just sick and passing out and things like that. When the heat, I'm staying hydrated. My allergies are up to the roof right now. They're up to all the way up here. I feel a little heavy, but I'm still here and I'm still holding it down. I got my water. I had to take the label off. They're not paying they ain't paying me, but yeah, man. You just gotta stay hydrated and eat the right things, man. Don't put too much sugar in your body. As much as sweet can kill you too, man. Being the best tasting stuff sometimes could be the stuff that's detrimental to your health. I seen another thing. I don't know if you guys watch UFC, but there's a guy called John Bones Jones. He was charged hours after his retirement, so I guess he just retired and he knew what was coming. And yeah, man, a lot of people, and think about how rough it is outside. So imagine these people that's going to prison and all these artists getting locked up. It's like it's too much to bear. I can understand how R. Kelly and all of they trying to get out of there just to get a little piece of house arrest. That's how bad it is. I'm not doing any crime or trying to find myself in no position that can get me locked up or things like that. Those are things that don't even cross my mind. You got to do good by people and live the right way so you won't be put in these positions because they ain't taking care of you in prison. The food ain't good in there. So, man, you don't. I'm hearing that Chris Brown. You guys remember the whole Chris Brown incident when they said that he hit the producer with the bottle. Well, he pled not guilty. So that's going to be a fight, man. I'm hoping all his ducks are in order and they're ready to go over there. It maybe paid off. I don't know how that works, but things like that can land you in prison. I'm not trying to go nowhere near, man. Concentrate on building a business or concentrate on saving some money or putting money in the right place. Your family, make sure everybody's straight. Go check on your people. That's the type of times we in right now. I'm not really too much concentrated on the back and forth friction with anybody got going online. All that type of stuff don't really mean anything. It's just like bouncing the ball, the way with all that stuff. You know, it goes. Some days it's up, some days it's down. It's just you just got to know how to, keep it pushing. I'm hearing Jay Z. It's a rumor going around that Jay Z for the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show, he might be doing it. So that's really dope. I think that would be monumental. That'd be really dope if that really does push through. I'm hearing that Jay-Z, he also popped up and surprised Beyonce at her Paris show. So that's these are the things that I like hearing and seeing. What a beautiful family they have. So, popping up, because it's hard work out there on the road all the time. Beyonce been on the road for so long. When you think about just us wanting to take breaks with our regular work life. So imagine what she has to deal with. It's like 10 times that, performing all around the world all the time. It can get strenuous. So Jay-Z showing up, being her backbone as usual, it looked really good. And yeah, that's something that I like seeing in entertainment. Sometimes the older you get, the more you incorporate your family into your production, into what you have going on. And that's how you build. That's how you build. So I'm happy to see Jay went out there. He snuck out to Paris for his baby. That's how it go. Love is always going to be love, and it's always going to be shown and felt by the people when it's genuine. So that was really dope. As far as like, the Diddy situation, I'm hearing that they said something like, they told the jurors to take a break this week. I don't know what that means. If that means that they're like, they're not going to be doing that. They probably wait a week, give everybody a break, or if it's not going to be as strenuous as it once was last week or whatever. I don't know what that means, so I'm still waiting to see what's going on. But I'm pretty sure that they're up to the point where they are starting to show Diddy's, the things that they confiscated from his mansion. That would be the guns, the pink stuff, and whatever else they had going on. I guess the tapes. So these are things that they're confiscating from his, that they bringing that into court. I don't know with this whole court stuff, man. And then you got Fat Joe with TA. That's another thing that I'm hearing that's spiraling out that could be turned into something that I don't even know, man. I don't know with that whole Fat Joe thing. Yes, sir. Yo, you made it. Salute, 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 salute. Much love, much love. Yeah, man. Yeah. I was talking about the Fat Joe with the whole. I think this is something that's being blown out of proportion. Like it's I don't think it's as serious as people are painting it, but I do think I hear some of the allegations and things like that, and I've seen that TA, he has pictures on Fat Joe, but I'm like, where did all of this stem from? It's crazy out there. It's really crazy out there. I don't want to just paint the man like he's just some monster too. Everybody's being put in this box of what they did and the mistakes they did, and social media highlights it to the point where it actually gets really serious. So it's kind of crazy out here. It's dangerous when and I just look at it like this. Karma comes around. I'm not saying what I believe or what I don't believe, but that's how life works in 360. And if it's something that he did, then this is probably something. If it's something that he didn't do, then this is foul. It's nasty work. It's nasty work. I just watch stuff play out and hope for the best for people, because man, this is not a time, like I told you guys, to be in prison and being caged up and people telling you what to do. And this thing, besides the weather and just the price of living nowadays, that'll drive you through the roof. So you don't want to be out there doing crimes. Try to find yourself in a place where you can make some money doing the things that you love. And even if you can't get to that point yet, save up so you can start working on that. Start working on that. That's where we at right now. Out here, I'm out here in Queens, New York, and the weather is like, the sun is beaming, my allergies up, but I'm still finding my place because I have a lot of work to do. I gotta do a few things, then I gotta edit some videos. So this Monday for me is just gonna be hard work and keeping my energy up, man. I'm hoping y'all take that with you too, because man, when I tell you, man, if your health ain't up, it ain't even worth it going out there putting the money to your ear or drinking a whole bunch of poison, because that's just it's gonna shorten what you got going on. It really is. I want to hear some new music too. I'm still rocking out to the Memphis Bleak album. Cardi B's new single, I'm hearing that hit #1. Offset got a dope single too. What else I heard? I heard some more. I heard a new track by Gazella that I really love. Um, 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 as far as the Nas and Jim Jones situation, I'm not really paying that too much mind because I like both artists and I just, different artists you love them for different reasons. I think this whole comparison and this back and forth, like almost like I could say social media friction, it's not really good for the state of hip hop right now. Right now we're more in respect of the people that did it and made it what it was up until this point, instead of using it like just fighting each other. Like when they say the food run out, everybody start eating everybody. It's not. Don't take that type of energy in hip hop. Right now in hip hop, we need more of the trying to like solidify and put things in place a little more structured, because streams put everything like out in the air in the whack. It's just everything's all over the place. We need like, I don't know, man. It's like hip hop is missing something. I don't know if it's a few things. Like we need more highlights on DJs. Even though you could bring DJs into your set, you could add more choreographer. You could. There's a whole lot more that hip hop entails, and just instead of somebody just standing there with the mic. And I feel like the more we show more of the different the different elements of it, and within the music, the more we can build on different things and start thinking of things that we can, solidify and have artists doing certain things that becomes almost like a thing to aim for. It'll put hip hop in a better place. I know. I think it's just like how we say, like as far as hip hop artists, just like how we say the youth need more like youth leagues and basketball leagues in the community. I feel like artists need more venues and different things that they do to show different sides of them to their audience, instead of just upload and play, type of life. I feel like there's more to offer. I feel like there's more artists can get on their own, and they can take advantage of their presence, and they can start pricing themselves out and start building their value on their own. I don't think the record labels are needed at this point because of just of the fact that it's just taken away, then it's adding to artists. Being just the way the thing music is structured, I feel the more we see artists doing, it doesn't have to necessarily be music. You can incorporate your music, but just have more avenues and different things for artists to do and go, so we can see artists on a day-to-day basis. And I think podcast is just like just scraping the surface, but there's way more other things that we can be doing than just podcasting and talking about their past or even their present. We need to see more character added into some venues where artists can go and we can see a different side of them, because social media plays a big part in businesses as well as artists, and people form a decision on how they feel about artists now through social media. And before, you didn't have social media, so you formulated that whatever you felt about that artist from a song. But now when we see artists, they have families playing out and different things on social media, it's kind of hard not to add the two in. So we need more structured something. I can come up with so many different things, but we just need more places where we can see artists build different types of characters of artists and just tell them the difference between each other, and then we'll find more originality in the music. But yeah, man, I'm starving this morning. I'm gonna get some breakfast in a few, and I'm just on the cool out today. Just on the cool out, y'all. I'm constant when that thing with T-Rex and him just having a mishap on stage. Shouts out to Geechee Gotti too. I love all the battle rappers, man. I've been watching battle rap from back in the day. One of those type of fans where I stay on the sidelines and I just see how it's going. And I feel like they need some more structure in there too, where the artists could at least have a better standing point on how much they're making, and it shouldn't be so random, and it should be, all of that stuff should be figured out where the artists can make a substantial amount of money to feed their families, as well as the promoters and the owners should make it. And I feel like the audience is there, it's just things are not put in place. They need also like hip hop. They are hip hop, but they're like also like rappers and rap music. they also need different things where we can see different characters and them getting paid for it. There's a lot of things, a lot of openings that's needed. See, once AI closes a certain amount of jobs, there's a certain amount of jobs that open as well. So we gotta move with the time and make sure the money's in motion. Got to make sure the money's in motion. You got to, and if you ever need like something, new ideas and things like that, please do not go to these chat GPTs and all these AI services, because they're feeding people the same ideas, but you're not understanding. It comes from your thoughts, so you got to figure out the things that you feel like is going to be more. Some people call it easy, where they feel like, oh, I did this easy. Sometimes that could be because you love it so much, it comes easy to you. So you got to find those easy points and things that you can monetize, and that's how you build. You start building up from there. I'm working on a few things, like I always tell you guys, and you guys are gonna be the first to know whenever things are going down. So we just putting things in place. That's how you got it. That's how you gotta treat it. Yep, I like that. He said, I heard a quote: "Don't make it perfect, make it yours." Yeah, that's deep. Don't make it perfect, make it yours. Yeah, because there's nothing really perfect, and when it becomes yours and you carve it out to your being, yeah, it's never perfect, but it's yours. So yeah, that I like that. That was really dope. It makes me think about art. You know, when I was younger, I was into art. I was doing graffiti and things like that. I found my book. I want to show you guys something. Let me see if I have it here. Yes. I want to explain something to you guys. At that point, I was calling myself, when I was tagging up, I was calling myself Res1. And I always had a dope artist, this a guy by, hopefully, I don't know, I hope he's still living and doing his thing. His name is Jesse. He was really, really good, really, really dope. I'm gonna show you some. This right here, for those who don't know, this is straight hip hop. This is what you call a black book. So you do your drawings and things like that in here. I want to show y'all something. Look at this. This is old school. You can tell I'm old school. I was always into like arts and things like that. I think Jess drew this, the train, NYC stuff. Maybe I'll go through this some other time. But yeah, man, I'm still into art. I love art. That's why I'm telling you, there's so many different sections and sectors of hip hop that people are missing out on, and some really, really dope things instead of just what we see in our face. The performer is always the main, but there's things behind the scenes and things that you can incorporate in your life and your lifestyle that can just make you and carve you who you are. Like art is a good thing, drawing is a good thing. I don't see a lot of people like putting that type of artistry in the forefront anymore, but it's still art, and it's still a part of hip hop, you know. From the days of graffiti all the way up to now, so many great dope artists has been that's came and gone, or came and still here. So that's what I'm on this morning, man. I felt bad really with T-Rex, because I know how it is, because sometimes you with anxiety, when you have anxiety, I look at it like, sometimes you feel like your first when you first get in, don't know what it is, you're gonna feel like, oh, I'm about to have a heart attack. So, and sometimes you feel faintish and things like that. So when I heard that T-Rex, he fell out, it was just like, wow. And it's not like, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, just watching him, he did get a little heavier, and I seen the way he was breathing certain times, but I did see him drinking like certain juices that they have in Harlem that are really healthy for you. But just drinking those juices, it doesn't mean that it's going to keep you all the way healthy. You have to cut out the alcohol, and you have to watch the things that you eat. And if you're heavy set like that, you have to be pay more attention to those things than anything ever, and that will build your craft. So I seen him. I did also see that T-Rex. I seen him like 1 or 2 times, film that he was going to the gym and things like that. But it's almost like a constant process that you have to keep up with, and it could get hard in these times, because those, for battle rappers, they're trying to make their money, and it's almost like or work for hire type situations when you catch random gigs. and it's strenuous. You up there and they're screaming at the top of their lungs and they're breathing fast and all of that in a hot. I don't know. It probably was the air and everything when there. I know Smack. You know he keeps it thorough, but at the same point, there's still a lot of people in the room, and that momentum. If you're not ready, and your health is not ready, anything can happen. Remember I told you guys the battle rap, there was kind of veering off and giving a little like a slash boxing, battle rappers boxing and things like that. They would try to add that in, but when they added it in and the doctors came before they was about to do the boxing match, a lot of those guys had a high blood pressure and they couldn't go into box. So I'm hoping that those same guys took their health serious and went to the doctor and got it checked up, because all of these types of things, high blood pressure, it comes from what you eat. It comes from what, you gotta really stress all of these things that you have to balance out in your life. So that's why I always tell you guys, a lot of these headlines, the ones that I don't touch, is because I don't want to pull that into my life. I don't want to concentrate on that. Some of us taking content different, and for the ones that really, 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 really care, it hits people different. So not everything I always bring to the table because of that. I don't really get myself too caught up with the, just reading everything and what's going on in the news, and because it affects people. People might not think that, like, it doesn't affect me, but no, it affects people. Seeing that people passing away every single day, seeing people getting thrown out of their homes, losing their jobs, that affects people, and it keeps people walking on eggshells, and it brings a level of stress that can form into anxiety, that can later on in your life have you thinking different and not seeing what God put you here to be. So be careful, be careful, be careful what you intake, and that means food, that means anything on the news, that means anything that's might be possibility to make you feel a certain way. For real, for real. You guys gotta really pay attention to what's going on. We're gonna see a lot more negative headlines in the news than we'll see positive headlines, and that's just because the bad always outweighs the good in the public's eye. Behind the scenes is where the good all takes place. Always remember that. Behind the scenes, people are trying to help their families, trying to make ends meet. Some people are even scoring bigger jobs, better positions. So be mindful and try to find yourself in a place where you know that you're going to be all right. That's what it's all about. Not know that you're going to be better than him or your neighbor or this person, but just you going to be all right. That's what it's all about. Stay close to the people that's loving on you, and you're going to be all right. You don't want to catch sick with somebody that you thought loved you, and now when you get sick and you got to hit the hospital for a few days, your partner is nowhere to be found. This is not how it works. This is not how it works. You always want to have somebody that's going to always be on your side, man. That's what life is really about. Not just to enjoy it by yourself, but enjoy it with the people that you love. Whether it be your kids, family, your friend, make sure you enjoy it, because you only get one life. Healing energy goes out to T-Rex. Can't get that off my mind, man. That's one of my favorite battle rappers. And I might not be, like put up battle rap content and things like that, but I always support the leagues, and I always show love to the people that I really think are top tier, and he's one of them. So healing energy, man. I hope Rex can get it all together. And health it's worth more than anything. It's worth more than gold out here. Trust me when I tell you. Don't let nobody tell you different. I'm out here just trying to make it right. Make sure y'all eat good for lunch. Get a good lunch today. These are the days when your boss should take everybody out to eat for lunch. He should pay for lunch today. Tell your boss, Mickey said, you should be paying for the lunch today. Thank God I don't gotta go to Manhattan or the city. Thank God. I like that quote though. Don't make it perfect, make it yours. In these times, that says so much, because to me that says, carve things out your way, and you'll find that originality, that your own little perfect inside of that. That's what that says to me. I like that. I like that. I'm digging that. I'm hoping that Chris Brown could get over that case, man, and just get back out here to the States. I think he's out here. I'm not sure what they did. What's up with Chris Brown? I haven't been really keeping up with it. But yeah, I hope that he can We can get past that. Let me see what else I got up here. Before I get out of here, let me tell you, man, it's so hot out here. You might catch the devil wearing chrome hearts or something walking down the street in Manhattan. For those who don't know, you can check out PSA Reloaded. I always check him out. He covers all the battle rap, and also my boy Piper Boy is out there covering the battle rap to know, the latest updates on T-Rex to see if how he's doing and see how he's feeling. If you do know his page on Instagram or you follow him on X, make sure y'all send him some healing energy. That'd be the thing to do at this point. I don't want to stay too much on that Jim Jones and Nas. Two great artists, and I think the older you get, the less you want to have friction with your peers because y'all got to that point, and you're still here. You can still make music, and you can still drop something tomorrow. It's a blessing. That's more than a blessing. Don't just throw away your blessings just because for attention. These are two artists that don't really need the attention to make money because they already laid down a great amount of music that we all like. So, oh, I was watching. Shouts out to the Art of Dialogue. He has Dialing on there, and he was talking about the Dave Chappelle. I was on the Dave Chappelle show too. I was on the real reality. He did over like the real reality show, and me and my bunch of my friends, we were on that episode. So that was really dope. A great experience meeting Dave Chappelle. Like I always tell you, he's a great guy, and hella funny, hella cool. Yeah, it was a great experience. Rest in peace to Charlie Murphy. He was there too. I got to meet Charlie Murphy. He was a really nice guy, really down to earth dude. So yeah, man, that was a great experience, man. Some things that people just happens in your life that you cherish those moments. You don't forget about those moments. They mean everything. Things I would never forget. Another thing. Who else to shout out? Shouts out to 50 Cent, Tony Yayo, the whole G Unit for just having the adrenaline and the strength to go out there and still make it happen. I think people be sleeping on Fifth because at the end of the day, Fifth never slowed down. He making movies and he's doing concerts on tour. The man is not playing around. I think people look past it because they're saying, like as far as new music, Fifth had a body of music that is timeless, and that's the difference between a lot of artists. When you make a body of music that you can keep, it would never get old. It would never get old. That's what hip hop's all about because we remember those moments and it can still bump in these times. No, I think people not really paying attention to the artists that's really out there giving it their all. And there's a lot of artists that sat back and they're not even doing as much. But when you see them guys out there really putting up them numbers, and it's because they work hard at what they're doing. So yeah, man, shouts out to them, man. Always on the grind. Also, Uncle Murder with them too. So yeah, shouts out, man. It's just I like to see when you see an artist is focused and they're on them stages. Just know that it takes so much work to get up there, and they're not playing around. They're not in these. That's why you don't see those artists because on these headlines only want to cover the drama. So the artists that's really putting in the work, they get overlooked because they want to know who was just talking about who are this and that. But you got to talk about these successful points because this is what makes the youth know that hip hop it's supposed to last forever. It grows and grows and grows and grows. But people are only seeing what they see on the headlines. Don't make that has really nothing to do with hip hop. That's just a cover of what's been going on a certain particular part. It might be because hip hop is so worldwide that everything gets planned at hip hop. But at the end of the day, it's the artist that's going out there, hitting those stages, touching their fans, as well as putting product out there, as well as getting their family life together. Those are the artists that's going to be here for a long time. It's as simple as that. If you still participating in street activities and you got your music going on, you beefing with so and so, baby mama drama. No, that all of that stuff that's gonna fade away, because all that's gonna be something that continues on through the culture from different people. That doesn't keep you in people's mind. It doesn't. It just it just puts a stain on your character. Try to get out that bag and stay on the bag of just working, because we all we got as far as fans in hip hop. And if we don't have that, then we don't have this whole sector of how the new way of making money and the new way of making it. We do it through hip hop. Whether you don't have to be an MC to make your money through hip hop. No, there's a lot of other things that surrounds hip hop that we all take in our life that it's kind of coming from it. So you got to show some respect, and at the end of the day, make sure you stay out of the gossip bag, and just stay into the what people really love you for. Stay in that bag, and then you'll be all right. A lot of people just get caught up in the discussion, but man, it makes no sense in these times. You gotta be truthful to your audience, and your audience will always hold you down. That's how I look at it. A lot of these allegations, don't you realize, like, even if we knew the artist for years, we're hearing this for the first time. Like, what's going on? What? Because these are things that's coming from people that, I guess, you got to watch the people that you surround yourself with. But these are allegations that come from people that's been around the artist. So now we hear it, and it's like we have to formulate some kind of opinion. It's like it's after a while you kind of get to the point where it's like, nah, I'm not. I mean, come on now. Everybody, what are you gonna try to? Everybody's gonna end up in prison now? Come on, man. We gotta do better than that. We gotta start conducting ourselves. I'll take accountability, no matter what. I make my mistakes. Sometimes I go too far. Sometimes I don't go too far. But I make my mistakes, and I try to fix all my wrongs. That's how we gotta live, man. We gotta stand on something. You gotta stand on something if you want to be valued for anything. You gotta stand on something. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I know this has been really a short live this morning. You guys can probably catch up with this Monday live stream when you get a chance. If you're not watching it right now, I don't mind, but I do have some other reactions I know you guys love that's dropping today at 11, and I'm gonna get myself something to eat, and I'm gonna get right to work. You understand? There's nothing else to do but get right to work. Stay hydrated. Keep your energy up. Stay away from people that don't want best for you, that be hating on you. All them people, just put them in your I'm not going to pay attention bag, and then concentrate on the things that you need to concentrate on so you can formulate yourself and be a better you. And that's what it's all about out here, man. It's nothing else. Trust me, there's nothing else more worth it than living a healthy life and just knowing who you are, and not having to wake up and turn into somebody else to go out there and make a few dollars. That's not what it's about, man. If you can be you in everything that you do, you're gonna be straight. You're gonna be good. I told you, you're gonna be good. Don't take in too much bad energy. Know how to bounce it off. The more you learn how to bounce it off, the more you can take in and just push to the side if it has nothing to do with you. Gotta live that way if you wanna make it through these social media streets, man. These people will tell you a whole bunch of stuff. They'll point things out that you ain't even seen yet. So you gotta be very careful. And don't let social media change your scope or your vision or how you think on things. Just take it for what it is, and then you still formulate in your mind. You're your own chat GPT. You're your own AI. You formulate in your mind, this is how I want to think about this or that. Don't let any system teach you how to think. You can do that on your own. That's how God put us on this earth, where we keep learning and learning and learning, not getting something thrown to us so we can feel a certain way. The social media, it has like this group emotional feeling. Like when somebody's over emotional, then if they're all on the same, talking about the same thing, everybody has to feel this heavy set of emotion. No. Sometimes what we take in might hurt you, but it might not hurt me as much due to my environment, due to how I see things. That's just how life is. Does it say that I don't care? No, it doesn't say that. It says that I take in things a little bit different, and I know, and I filter the things that I take in. You guys got to be that way. You got to be that way. It's all about saving money, but it's all about saving your mental health as well. That's going to be the thing that you're going to have to save. That's what makes really the legacy. Because you have so many different things you can do when your energy's up and you are fully thinking at your peak. All right, stay in control of the things you do. Don't let nothing alter what you do, and love on the people you loving on, and don't forget to drop a like, drop a share, subscribe if you care. That rhymes. Okay, but I ain't no rapper. All right, until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you already know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. I get up.